You'll read about the wall and the soul voice and warrior sisters and being brazen. Somewhere in the midst of it all, I believe you will find what God has for you. And, like the image in the stained glass, you will remember that even in our greatest uncertainties, we are held. It's all held. May every word whisper to you, there is always a hand reaching toward you. There is always grace available. And there is always a chance to begin again. Love upon love, Leeana. Day 1. The sacredness of beginnings. Make me brave. Lead me into the enormous space of becoming. Sue Monk, Kid. 10 years ago, I was a brand new mother to boy and girl twins, and everything felt enormous. My love was enormous, my fear was enormous, my self-contempt was enormous, my exhaustion, enormous. The pile of empty Diet Coke cans, enormous. The baby's beauty, enormous. The weight of how perfect it all was, just waiting for me to mess it up, enormous. I could not cut a path through the extraordinary landscape. It was all just huge. And so I felt nailed to the couch, floating in love and entirely anxious, like I wanted to crawl out of my own skin. Of course, you have no idea what I'm talking about whatsoever. It was in these very early days of motherhood that I read the line from The Rule of St. Benedict, which transformed into not just a line, but a lifeline, and has been with me every day since those winter days over a decade ago. Always we begin again. Benedict's rule for monks called out the holiness of repetition, even the spiritual efficacy of it, though our culture preaches only the opposite. It gave a certain grace to beginnings, because that's all those days were, one beginning after another. And let's be honest, that's what so much of life is, learning how and learning how again, over and over. Each day is brand new, after all. We've never lived this day before. It is certainly difficult to not get impatient, even contemptuous with ourselves over our utter novices in life, and the difficulty of being new and inexperienced tempts us to become experts, or in some cases pretend we are experts long before we actually are. Beginning again is permission to be unaccomplished, to be a beginner, to be brand new. More than permission to, a sense that we are right where we should be and that the beginning space is actually a holy space, not just a layover on our way to something better. We can fall into the false belief that being a beginner is being a failure. Are you starting out at something and your newness is causing you to doubt yourself, tempting you to believe you are inadequate? Write out the new thing or things you are navigating. God, give me grace with myself as I tolerate being a beginner. Amen. Day 2. To open up. Anyone or anything that does not bring you alive is too small for you. David White. It was late spring and the breeze brought up the jasmine from the gate where it climbs. I walked through the house, room by room, opening doors and windows, letting air move through the house. Every opened window, every opened door, a prayer. Come in. Help. Thank you. I opened the entire house, cranked windows wide open, found stools and baskets to prop the doors, and then I stood in the very center of our house. I tilted my chin up slightly, and I closed my eyes and let the air move across my face. Sometimes a house feels tight, no matter how many square feet it is. Sometimes a heart and a life feel tight. Sometimes a marriage feels tight. Sometimes our work or our calling feels tight. Sometimes the skin we're in feels tight. We need a door or a window to open, a fresh breeze of perspective, the movement of change.